All right, Aaron here again. It is time to do the other sides of this front door. On the right-hand side over here, I went ahead and did that, and that was challenging. Some tips are definitely loosen up those wiring harnesses in there, fold things over, and just be really careful that the material doesn't stick to itself. That's really challenging. So now I have the other two pieces that I'm going to do, and I'm going to come into the camera frame here and hopefully not getting too much of the way. But I'm going to go ahead and install this piece 59 and piece 61, which are kind of the midsection of the door. And there I have my beautiful wiring harness. It's starting to get a little dark out here, so hopefully the camera keeps up with me. Gonna kind of press a little bit on this material down here too, because I adhered it, but it's really hard to get rollers back in here, honestly. That's something you're gonna face, and it's, you know, the smaller roller works really well for this. The bigger roller is much harder, but you're really just gonna have to kind of use your fingers a lot just to kind of push. You just want to make sure that that stuff is stuck down really well. You don't really want to hold, you don't want air bubbles, so that reduces the effectiveness. Something I also didn't mention, but just like every other panel, wipe it down thoroughly with alcohol before you do it, just because it makes it adhere a lot better. So let's go ahead and start here. And I have, like I said, the pre-production, so I have the paper backing, but most likely the production is going to have kind of a plastic backing, which should come off probably a little bit easier. All right, so if I look at this piece, there's kind of a little cutout there. My guess is it kind of lines up somewhere. But let's go ahead and put this in here. Just kind of, I like to actually kind of roll these pieces like this a little bit. And that allows you to get them in really easy. See that? It just kind of slides on in there. And we tuck it underneath the crash bar. Let's go ahead and move it up as far as it will go into that position. Ooh, I'm catching on something else in here. I have a corner of some butyl rubber that I'd put in there earlier. All right, so there we go. That is in there now, and we can take our roller, just kind of roll it as much as you can with it. You know, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna run into places where you can't really roll. So for that, you just get your fingers in there and just push. Push those corners down, make sure they're sticking. And what's nice is you can kind of feel that the other section butts up really close to this, so there's really good coverage in there. Okay, that section's done. Now let's go ahead and do this other section, which they call this the aft section of the window, which is probably an accurate description. Left side of the left door of the outer skin. It's kind of hard to name these different pieces because there's like the outer door, the inner door, and the door card, or the door panel, or whatever you want to call it. You know, everybody's got different names for all this stuff. So I hear this outer part called the door skin a lot. Alrighty, so let's kind of peel off some more here. Wind's picking up, so I'm going to move things into the car a little bit more. Okay, so now I just kind of have to figure out how this works, and this is going to go like this. And trapezoidal piece again. Just kind of roll it up, but do not let those touch because, well, it's great. It's really sticky material. It does a fantastic job at sticking to anything, including itself. It loves to stick to itself, so save yourself some pain and don't do that. Okay, so and this kind of just lines up and gets pushed towards the edge of the door. Kind of work that under the crash bar again and up to the top crash bar. I'm going to come in here and smile at you. And I think that we're good. Okay, I'm going to work it under that lip. Find a nice spot in there. Again, get our little handy dandy ruler. Don't almost grab the ratchet, that would not work. Well, not very well at least. Get in there, all the way in there. And be careful because those sheet metal pieces in here are sharp. You could wear gloves. It would be advisable. The window track is kind of unfriendly to touch. Okay, so the main part's down and the edges, can't get the roller back in there, so I'm just gonna push. And my guess is, you know, just when this door heats up with the sun hitting it, it's really gonna adhere. Because this stuff, like I said, it sticks extremely well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is show you. Let's take a look. Ooh. Alrighty, so way back in here, you can see got nice coverage. And then I've got coverage all over in this trapezoidal piece. And then, like I was saying, way up in there. And that's that kind of that L-shaped piece. Now when you kind of have to fold over like one way to get in and fold over the other way, and then you basically have to slowly tuck it underneath. There's this bar in here, and it's really hard for me to show you with this camera. See if I can kind of get up in there. Not so much, but yeah. Oh wait, there's a little hole. Let's see. Where's the hole? There. Yeah, you kind of go underneath this bar here, and you can kind of see my fingers like, hi. That's where that material goes. Alrighty. So that looks good. At this point, we've done what they've included for the door kit for the actual dampening material. I've gone ahead and done a little bit extra, and they may revise things based on some of my notes and things, so I would expect things to change like always. But the next step that we'll do is we'll put some dampening materials on the back of that plastic piece. I'm just going to use some scraps that came with the kit, and then I'm going to show you the cotton and mass-loaded vinyl installed. Those are the two layers that add some extra. That's actually your noise barrier, so that's going to keep the noise really out of this. Oh yeah, we forgot. We have to do the obligatory knock on the door test. So you can hear that is quite solid. All right, well, thanks for watching. We'll come back for our next part.